What's good, everybody? This is Dario Hunt from Living Life Fearless, and I'm back with yet another reaction. If you're enjoying these videos, please smash that like and subscribe button for me. This time we are here to talk about Juice WRLD's debut, Death Race for Love. So let's talk about it. Juice WRLD is somebody that I don't fully understand, and somebody who my opinion about I don't really understand either. On the one hand, I really like that he is of this newer generation, but he does still pay homage to the older generation and doesn't fully just kind of blow them off like a lot of these new artists are known to do, and that he actually appreciates the art and craft of hip-hop, and that he has proven over and over again that he can actually rap. So much so that he's known to freestyle for like an hour straight and it actually be pretty good. But on the other hand, I haven't liked any of his songs. I mean, outside of, say, Lucid Dreams, I couldn't really tell you one song that was a standout. And even with that song, yeah, it's cool and yeah, it was a hit, but come on. It's Sting's Saving My Heart with hip-hop drums to it. It's really not that hard to make a great song out of that. And not to mention that there is a reason why it is one of the most sampled songs in the history of music, because it is already such a great fucking song. So I don't really give him too much credit for that. I really wanted to hear what he could do as an original artist, and I really haven't heard much to really kind of be that excited for or justify why he is as hot and why people put him as on such a high pedestal compared to a lot of the artists out there today. Because not in original song and not in features have I really heard that much that was really like, wow. So being as this is his kind of major debut, there were a lot of expectations, and I was really expecting to hear certain things, and I was really kind of looking to hear certain things from him on the more original front, and I have to say I walked away from this pretty disappointed. I just don't get what he is or what he is trying to be as an artist. Death Race for Love really just feels like a grab bag of different ideas and attempts and styles, kind of in the way that XXXTentacion did with some of his mixtapes, particularly the question mark one, where you did get a wide variety of stuff. But whereas that definitely felt like more of an intentionally experimental project, and seeing as songs came in, a lot of them came in at less than 2 minutes. This one was a deliberate act, and seeing as a lot of these songs go well over 4 minutes, even some reaching into 5 minutes, it came up well short of whatever it was really trying to do. I don't think he really has a clear idea of who he is either as an artist, and on the one hand, you have his rap fans. On the one hand, you got his more emo type fans. And I don't think he really serves either lane very well. Because let's just stop kidding ourselves. He's a fucking terrible singer. And especially when you compare him to a lot of his other peers that kind of do it and do it much better. When he really tries to go into that full-blown singing mode, that shit is grating on the ears. And I am not a fan of the songs where he does mostly singing. Melodic rapping is a different story, and it is a bit easier on the ears for me. And I think he does have potential to really come up with some solid melodies. He just doesn't really do that here. The best stuff on this tape for me was when he actually rapped, and it was more kind of traditional hip hop. I think those were some of his brightest points on the entire tape, because it's not just that I don't think he's a good singer. I don't think the song's content and lyrics, when he is trying to sing and do those type of things, are that fucking good or strong. I think those are some of the weakest points of him as an artist. In fact, it's all pretty much basic teenage angst material and stuff that we've heard from true emo rock bands and true alternative rock bands for a long time. And he just feels like a really weak, watered down imitation of those. Now, it could be that I am part of that generation that kind of really grew up when like that emo rock phase and like alt rock was really like big. So I feel like I've heard all of this stuff before and much better. But I don't really think that's necessarily the case. I just don't think he is that good at it as he really thinks he is. He takes himself entirely too serious for me. And for such a young artist who has like such a bright future in the world in front of him, it would have been nice to actually hear him having a bit more fun than what he gives us. And as I said, a lot of these songs are well over 4 minutes, which is surprising because a lot of those kind of same generation of artists that he is in is going kind of shorter and shorter. He seems to be going in the opposite direction. And a bad song doesn't get better because it's longer. It's still a bad song, but it's even worse because there's 5.5 minutes of it. And all of that is to say that it's not like there aren't any bright spots here and points where it really shows off his potential as an artist, why people are so kind of high on him. It's just that it's few and far in between, and this just feels like a convoluted mess. And I think a big reason why my disappointment is even bigger than I think it would be for others, because I really do think he does have potential and he has kind of shown it. And I really was kind of rooting for him to see some better original stuff from him. But I think he really needs to figure out kind of more of what type of lane he really wants to go in and what type of message he really wants to say, because it's just all over the place right now. And he's just trying anything and everything. And it feels like an imitation of all these other artists who are already out there and kind of established, or people that have done it for, decades before him. So I don't really know how he's going to fix that. But on Death Race for Love, it is definitely not his Reasonable Doubt or his Ready to Die, as I think his manager said and alluded to before it dropped, which is obviously a fucking joke. But I am still rooting for him, and I still want him to do well, because I do think out of all of these artists, he does have a really strong understanding and appreciation of music and want to actually do it in a really important manner. But it feels like he is forcing things way too much and just trying things to try them instead of really finding out his musical identity and coming about with his own unique sound, which is what I want to hear from him. But for those of you that have heard Death Race for Love, what do you guys think about it? Do you think this was a strong debut for him? What really stood out to you? What do you think his kind of musical identity is? Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to have its official site where you can leave your own ratings and reactions to this album, other albums, and everything else I react to over there on the site. If you have anything that you'd personally like me to react to, you can also let me know in the comments down below. And if you like any of the gear I rock in these videos like this or this, you can also go to the site and grab some for yourself. As always, thank you guys for joining me. If you're liking these videos, please smash that like and subscribe button for me. I'll be back shortly with more reactions. But until then, I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.